There's something happening here. What it is ain't exactly clear. Come on, everyone. There's a man with a gun nowhere telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody wrong. Young people speak in their mind, getting so much resistance from behind. We got to stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. What a field day for the heat down there. 1,000 people in the street, singing songs and they're carrying signs, mostly saying hooray for our side. Time to stop, children, what's upset? Everybody look what's going down.
So, just what is going down here? Here I am, an old guy well into his retirement years, holding a Stand Up for the Constitution sign. My arm has a legal aid phone number written in Sharpie in case of arrest, which is a first for me. I don't even have a tattoo, though I do carry some expired press passes, a current ACLU membership card, and a get-out-of-jail-free card. I assume the get-out-of-jail card hasn't expired. After another great reception at a Silver Spring church, many church members joined us for the 9-mile march to the U.S. Capitol. We crossed into D.C. chanting, "Free D.C." A contingent of several hundred democracy advocates is the first group since the killing of Charles Kirk 9 days before to address Trump's many constitutional violations in the belly of the D.C. beast. I try not to think of potential repercussions after MAGA advocates blame Democrats for the murder, despite not finding any evidence of ties between the suspect and liberal groups. Later, rally speakers Representative Al Green and former Capitol Police Officer Harry Dunn will admit they had second thoughts about showing up in person. The Trump forces depend on fear. We have little choice but to continue marching boldly, standing up for liberty and justice for all in the face of adversity. So how did we get here on this fine mid-September day? Soon after Trump took over in January 2025, Margaret Bohera started attending rallies in Philly organized by the Indivisible and 5051 movements.
I march because I believe this country should be home to everyone. All of us should have safety, freedom, and opportunity, not just people who are wealthy and white. Our country can and should be this way, but it's only going to happen if we work together. We have to rely on each other, learn from each other, take care of each other. That is what this march is about. We're building a country where all of us can have a future.
At the White House in Lafayette Park.
In June, Judy Shatkin, a Chicago area retired pediatrician and musician, led another group from Philly to D.C. She then joined Bohera's effort.
I don't know how I could not march. I'm driving east now, and I drove through past the Allegheny River, and there's some beautiful forests, beautiful trees, and I know that out west they're selling all of the forests that they can. Forests that are surrounding the Tetons are being sold for profit. As I drive through, there's just chain store after chain store, restaurant. You know, everything is corporate run. Towns have lost their individuality. As pawns, we're getting paid just enough to make ends meet, if that. We're all the people are getting squeezed. and it's just not right. And there's so many more reasons. That's just the tip of the iceberg, and that's why I'm marching.
Pesado, bien interpretado, no se había escuchado algo tan malandro y con un ritmo pesado, bien interpretado, no se había escuchado algo tan malandro y con.
In a support van, they carried a large copy of the preamble to the Constitution, handwritten by young students, signed by many people met en route. People also wrote messages to Congress that decorated a large Trojan horse named Farsi that Jaxie LaGrome of Maryland towed. The horse became a visible symbol of our yet unrealized vision for this country, with liberty and justice for all. How you doing? Thank you.
Here at Kittamakoni Community Church, we do not romanticize the past. We study its global lessons, and we listen to the likes of Buddha and Bonhoeffer and Baldwin. And we listen for guidance from our ancestors and trust that the spirits
Sometimes they slept outdoors in tents, sometimes on church gym floors, sometimes in people's homes.
I would start on a bipartisan note by invoking our last great Republican president, Abraham Lincoln. He spoke of government of the people, by the people, for the people. The vast majority of the 17 amendments that we've had since the original 10, these are democratizing amendments. The 13th Amendment abolished slavery. The 14th Amendment gave us equal protection and due process. The 15th Amendment banned race discrimination in voting. The 19th Amendment doubled the franchise in America by giving us women's suffrage. The 26th Amendment lowered the voting age to 18. The whole trajectory of our constitutional growth and enlargement in America has been towards a more perfect union, more democracy for more people, more freedom, and more equality in the land.
Nice. KKK, no fascists, USA.
Marching down
What's the money?
to fight the tyranny. Marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah.
There you go. Up to the square, get a band. Constitution, First Amendment, free speech, due process, due process. Stand up for the Constitution. Good job, man. How you doing? How you doing? How's it going? How's it going?
Oftentimes we talk about unintended consequences of things. An intended consequence, an intended result of going after free speech is it scares people. It scares people into being silent when we need them to be the loudest. Senator Chris Van Hollen said something. Courage is contagious.
That you who have assembled at this time in this place in our history, you are a part of an Edmund Pettus Bridge moment. You knew before you got here that there might be some danger associated with what you were doing, but you marched on. You knew because of current events that there are threats that are being made. Threats that some people are allowing to cause them to change their course. But you didn't change your course. You didn't change your direction. You didn't change your message. You marched on 160 miles, and for this you are now bringing the Edmund Pettus Bridge moment to Washington, D.C. You're bringing it to fruition. This is your Edmund Pettus Bridge moment. It's my Edmund Pettus Bridge moment. And this Edmund Pettus Bridge moment is easy to define. It is about assuring all that we will not allow democracy to devolve into a dictatorship in the United States of America. This is why we are here.
The Constitution emerged from the bitter experience of individuals being locked up without due process for disagreeing with King George I and the Second and the Third. Friends, we fought a revolution over that, and we are here to say we are not going back. In America, we do not bow down to kings and dictators.
Our children deserve these rights no matter their skin color, religion, wealth, presentation, their abilities and disabilities, or how long their families have lived in this country.
There was not much left to say. We said our goodbyes and got back to work. Many of us continued to do weekly sign brigades and other protests in our communities. In October, one of many Trump ICE thugs sent to Portland for political intimidation purposes pepper sprayed a guy in a frog costume. That did not stop him from protesting against Trump's fascist policies, and the situation became immortalized on Stephen Colbert's Late Show. A week later, more than 7 million Americans hit the streets for No King's Day, the largest mass political protest in U.S. history. Then in early November, Democrats won every notable election, including ones in red states. The tide seems to be turning, yet the situation can change quickly. I have participated in my share of vigils, marches, and other forms of protest since I was in my early 20s. From the 1983 March on Washington for Civil Rights to a longer walk across the U.S. and Europe for an end to the Cold War, to environmental protests, to job protests, to animal rights protests, to the 2017 Women's March targeting Trump, to 2020 Black Lives Matter protests, to more actions against the Trump 2.0 revenge tour. Some have been large, some small, but they've all been important. Marches are just one part of the recipe that has been used to topple authoritarians throughout history. While some credit the 1965 Selma March for largely bringing about the Voting Rights Act, the civil rights movement employed a wide variety of tactics. Those included filing lawsuits and appealing to the Supreme Court, registering to vote, sit-ins, freedom bus rides, boycotts, strikes, media coverage, and town square demonstrations. Today's activists have social media to help them, while some, such as in South Korea in 2024, have put their bodies on the line in street blockades and similar actions. As for vigils, they can be highly effective, especially in places where marches and rallies are more risky. They are often religious-based, with participants publicly praying for a person and/or cause. On the long 1980s walk, we often stopped at military bases and nuclear power facilities to witness for an end to the Cold War arms race. The longest continuous protest is a peace vigil outside the White House that has occurred since 1981, despite attempts by Trump and others to stop it. The marches, vigils, and other actions today to support democracy and oppose Trump fascism are more important than anything I've stood up for in my life. I once thought I would spend my retirement years focused more on traveling, family, and hobbies. I see now that I have to do more for liberty and justice at this moment. For the future of democracy, for the future of our children, for liberty and justice for all, we have no choice but to march on.
Freedom's name is mighty sweet, and someone keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. I got my hand on the gospel plaque. Won't take nothing for my journey now. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
When I see neighbors and friends and people just really trying to do whatever we can in this moment of chaos to find moral clarity and inspiration, I'm going to lend my voice.
We can either provide incredible prosperity to everyone, or use the power and control of the few at the expense of the many. I'm marching because the only way to ensure that we achieve the path of prosperity is if liberal democracy defeats authoritarianism all across the world. We will win, but only if we fight. I'm marching.
you marching?
Because of the Tic Tac.
Stop fascism. Something else, that's not enough. Children's future, my future, for my daughter's future, for the cat's future. Future of us all.
What about the lizard? The lizard.
Oh yeah, we have a lizard.
Constitution, Constitution, First Amendment, free speech, due process, due process. Stand up for the Constitution.
All the way in the front.
We've had enough!
I would start on a bipartisan note by invoking our last